Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to talk about something super important for, well, pretty much any business right now. How do you close that giant gap between buying cool new AI tools and getting your team to actually use them? Let's get into it.
Oh, and hey, before we really dive in, if this is the kind of stuff you're into, do me a quick favor and hit those like and subscribe buttons. It really helps us out. Thanks a bunch.
All right, so let's just get right to the heart of it with this question. Think about it. Companies are throwing tons of money at AI. But what is the point of a shiny, sophisticated new tool if it just sits there collecting digital dust? This is the exact problem we're going to unpack today.
But why does this even matter so much? Why is it so urgent? Well, because getting AI right isn't just a small improvement. It's a massive, fundamental advantage in today's world.
See, when your team actually gets how to use AI, it unlocks four, well, they're pretty much game-changing advantages. And we're not talking about little tweaks here and there. We're talking about core benefits that can totally redefine how a company works. Let's take a look.
Now, what's so cool about this is how these four things all connect. It all kicks off with streamlining your operations, right? Automating the boring stuff. That frees up your people to make smarter, better decisions because the AI is feeding them all this great data. And what does that lead to? You got it, way more personalized experiences for your customers. And the result of that whole beautiful cycle? Huge cost savings. It's like a powerful engine that just keeps getting better.
But okay, let's talk about the people in this equation. While the bosses are getting all excited about these huge advantages, a lot of employees are just feeling anxious, maybe a little lost. And that disconnect, that's where all that amazing potential just fizzles out. So how do we actually fix this?
The great news is there's actually a playbook for this. It's not magic, it's not rocket science, it's just a set of smart, deliberate steps you can take to bring everybody along for the ride. So here it is, the 4 steps, and you'll see how one builds right on top of the next. It all starts with explaining why you're even doing this. Then you make the training actually relevant. After that, you build a culture where it's okay to ask questions. And holding it all together, you guessed it, leadership that actually knows what's going on. Let's break them down.
Okay, step 1, the why. People are just so much more willing to get on board with something new when they get the point of it. Don't just send out a memo saying, we're using AI now. You've got to show them. Explain how this new tool is going to make their job easier or get them better results. It's all about transparency.
Second, and this is a big one, that whole one-size-fits-all training idea, it's a total recipe for failure. Your marketing team needs to learn about AI for, say, analyzing campaigns, but your sales team, they need something completely different, maybe for predicting which leads are going to close. The training has to connect to what people do every single day. Otherwise, what's the point? Step 3 is all about creating the right vibe, the right culture. Let's be real, change is scary, and nobody wants to be the one who looks like they don't get it. So you have to create a safe space, a judgment-free zone. Do things like regular Q&A sessions, or maybe a dedicated Slack channel where people can ask all the so-called silly questions and actually learn something.
All right, we're at the final piece of the puzzle. And honestly, this might be the secret sauce that makes the whole thing work, or completely fall apart. And it all comes down to leadership.
And look at this. It lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got leaders who don't really get AI. And what do you get? Confusing strategies, frustrated teams, and impossible goals. But then look at the other side. When leaders are in the loop, they make smart calls, they give confident guidance, and they set goals that are actually achievable. It's night and day.
So what's the bottom line here? It's simple. This whole effort to get everyone comfortable with AI, it's got to start at the top. When the leaders are genuinely invested and informed, that energy trickles down and sets the tone for the entire company.
Okay, so we've walked through the whole thing. The problem, why it's worth solving, and the 4 steps to do it. Now let's bring it all back home and talk about what you can do with all this.
Look, if there's one thing you walk away with today, let it be this. Investing in AI training for everyone, from the newest hire all the way to the CEO, is not optional anymore. It's not a bonus, it's not a nice to have. It is absolutely essential. It's the only way you turn all that talk about the potential of AI into actual results.
So I want to leave you with a challenge, something to think about. Based on everything we just talked about, what's one question about AI, about how it's being used, or why, or how you can learn more, that you're going to ask at work tomorrow? Start that conversation. Thanks so much for watching.